It's a cloudy day here in London, inside and out, so I thought I'd take a little bit of time today to show you some of my gear. So first of all, let's start with the mods. This one is a Vamo V5 and it's the first mod that I bought. Absolutely brilliant starter mod because several reasons. First of all, it's 15 watt mod, regulated. It's got a 510 thread and an ego thread on there, so you can put any atomizer you like on it. It'll take 18350 and 18650 batteries by adjusting the screw tube, and it gives a pretty sustained vape. It's nice. I've got an Aspire Nautilus on it, which is a really popular tank atomizer that you can get. Popular for a good reason as well. It's excellent. Get the new vertical coils. The new Nautilus Mini has got vertical coils, a BVC. So go get yourself some of those vertical coils and they'll make it so much better than the original ones. Ooh, lovely. I'm vaping some homemade juice in there, some smooth, I'm going to call it Posh lemonade because it is Posh. And I'll share that recipe with you probably in the box below. Have a look at that. So that's the Vamo V5. I've also got a mechanical mod, which is a Contrabida Customs Signum. It's a copper mod. It's got brass at the top and the bottom. And it's nothing more than a tube with a battery in it, really. I'm not too impressed with the cost of mechanical mods when you consider what they actually are. Yes, it's very well made. If the military had a mechanical mod, it would probably be something like this. Extremely hardware and you'll never break it. But it's not enough for me. I want something a bit more powerful. I want something that's going to get more out of the 18650 battery than a mechanical mod can. And now's the time because you can get box mods that are extremely good, but they're about the same price that I paid for this, around £100 for a decent one. In fact, I'm looking at getting a Vapor Shark, which is about the same size as a Tic Tac box. It's a box mod, and it's very powerful. 30 watt DNA mod, I think that is. So I'm going to get one of those. I'll probably hold on to this because it's never going to break. But I do definitely want to head the way of a box mod. This has got a genuine Patriot RDA on the top of it, which, there we go, see the logo for it? It's a lovely looking thing. It's got dual coil mode at the moment, and as you can see, it's chucking vapor pretty well. Woohoo! And the juice that's in there is Dr. Stanley Clark's original recipe snake oil, which I got from the Vape Lab in Shoreditch. And if you can find this, I think it's an American recipe. It's very, very good stuff. It's like menthol, citrus, really powerful, really complex, great in an RDA, especially if you're looking for something in the morning, actually. I find this is a pretty good breakfast vape. So they're the mods. The only other atomizers that I have, I've bought a couple and they've came and gone because they broke. I've got these two, which are standard Kangatech EVOD atomizers, and they're absolutely fine for the cheaper juices, but I wouldn't recommend putting a premium juice in there. You wouldn't get the most out of it at all. When it comes to making coils, I've got all the standard stuff that you would expect. I've got the 28 gauge Kanthal, plenty of that, because that's the only one that I use. Some drill bits, 3mm, 2mm, bigger and smaller than that as well. I've also got some tweezers, which I've lost. But I think the most important thing to have is a really decent pair of scissors, because when you're cutting your organic wool or your Japanese wool, having a decent pair of scissors makes a much neater job of it, and I tend to get much better wicks out of that, and decent wicks make a decent difference as well. A collection of old bottles here that I've bought, and I've got a few others in other places as well. I tend to keep the bottles because I find that not only of them being quite, looking quite nice, some of them, and being reusable. In fact, I've got a bit left in there. I've got some derailed. But you can also reminisce over the flavour of it. If you can't remember what something smelt like or tasted like, then you can just get the old bottle out, have a whiff. Yeah, I fancy some more of that. That Swamp thing from Ruthless, a favourite of mine and my friends as well. We all really like that one. When it comes to making juices, which you know I do because you've seen a video from me the other day, I've got a box full of stuff here. It's really important to have a good flavour collection here, but I haven't got many yet, and all the rest of the stuff I've just amassed from all over the place. So I've got some from Totally Wicked, I've got some from Chef's Vapor, and I keep all of my coils and bits and bobs in that box as well. Keep it all together, make it all nice. But what I really wanted to show you today was a couple of everyday items that I use, and something super special in a few minutes. First of all, there's this. This is a simple vitamin tube, effervescent vitamins. There's a branded one called Barocca, but they all come in the same size tube. If you get yourself one of these tubes, right, get your mechanical mod, your 18650 mod, and if you just pop it straight in there, it almost fits perfectly already. But the lid of these has got like a little spring on it. As you can see, it's like a shock absorber. So with my mod in there, pop that straight on, and it doesn't move around at all. It's a little travel case, so that's a handy thing. If you've bought a pair of headphones recently, it probably came in a case, something like this. So what I've done is mine, I ripped the insides out of it and replaced it with some foam. And you can put all of your mods and all of your accessories and everything you need in there for a good day or two. But the best thing that I've got, absolutely hands down, the most essential piece of kit, is something that I designed myself, and you can have one too. Here it is. It's the vape stand. This is the version 1, which I designed in SolidWorks, and I printed on a MakerBot Replicator 2 in a hideous cheap orange color. But this was the first one that I printed, and it came out absolutely perfect. So I'm using this all the time. And what you do with it, you can put your batteries in it, you can put your tubes in it, you can put your mods in it, or you can put your atomizers in it, the big ones and the small ones. They fit in the little holes at the front there. And you can download one of these from Thingiverse. If you have access to a 3D printer, you can print one yourself. If you don't have access to a 3D printer, there are loads of services online where you can send them the design, link them the design, they'll print it for you and send it to you, and it'll be relatively cheap as well. And this is customized specifically for vaping stuff. This isn't something that's a generic part off the shelf of B&Q. This is a specific vaping accessory. The one that's on Thingiverse now is the version 1.2, which is the Vape Crisis Signature Edition. And that has got room for 10 drip tips and 5 atomizers and 5 mods. You can fit 4 18650 mods in there, or 5 if you want. But one of those spaces is just over 32mm, so that you can fit a 26650 mod in there as well, should you have one. Before I go, I'd like to give a shout out to the Vape Lab in Shoreditch, because it's a place I go to regularly. I've bought a lot of juice from there, tried a lot of their juices and bought a few as well. Bought some equipment from there. Generally a really nice place to be. Go there and check it out if you're ever in London. Ask for Igor and tell him Matt sent you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Vape Crisis.